The next swim lane, or the next communication channel, if you will, for customers to get in touch with us is through our digital channels, right? Websites, mobile apps, product engagement, etc. So I wanted to give an example of a quintessential digital acquisition dashboard. So this is like your classic digital funnel where we identify the different steps, the customer journey, the flow on the website, and then we bucket them into key and then we identify some of those key steps that can be analyzed in a funnel. So this dashboard looks on a monthly, weekly, daily, and an hourly basis how the funnel is performing, our digital funnel is performing, where is the drop off, and what's the conversion, and what's the close rate for each of these steps. It also shows you which are some of the marketing tactics or campaigns that are being effective for whatever dates you plug in, for whatever parameters that you've selected, and for whatever timeframes that you'd want to look at. But then just what I'd mentioned before, we also launch several other digital products that help customers engage with the Verizon brand. So what we wanted to do was we wanted the customers to engage with the Verizon brand just like how they engage or they communicate with their friends. So Fios launched a chatbot on Facebook Messenger. And when a new digital product launches, we were tasked to do analytics to identify, okay, how is that launch performing? So the first step for us after the chatbot launch was to look at the adoption and acquisition of the product, right? Customer acquisition and how well the adoption is taking place. So we started with certain key metrics such as the total interactions. First of all, you look at how many interactions are being performed in the bot, and break that down into how many are being performed by the bot versus being performed by an actual live agent. Then we started looking at unique users. How many unique users are we acquiring? And then we looked at how many actual customers are authenticating their accounts, and then the deep link click-throughs to the different services the bot offers. You look at volumes, you look at how that's changed over time, the dates that you've plugged in. If something's gone up, it's in green. Something's gone down, it's in red. And the same metric is also trended in a line graph to see how that fluctuates on a daily basis. So once we've understood what our adoption and acquisition of customers is, then it's time to look at when does that engagement happen on the chatbot. And this becomes really interesting, or this came in really handy when the bot has something timely to offer. So for example, one of the functionalities that the bot offered was to purchase VOD and pay-per-view titles. And I remember during the hour of the big boxing fight, Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, the bot had that as an offering to our customers. So so here's what I could do, right? As an analyst, I could look at the day of week chart. I could see Saturday going up significantly. I could click on Saturday. I could look at the hour of the day for that day. So these views themselves act as filters as well. So these are interactive. So I could click on Saturday. The time of day would get filtered to show the hours, peak hours on Saturday. I would see 9 p.m., the hour of the fight was the highest. I could click on that. And then during the hour of the fight, I could now see how many pay-per-view VOD titles were referenced, how many were converted, and what was the interaction breakdown. So how many were converted completely by the bot without any human intervention. And so that helps us reduce the cost and increase revenue with such automated systems. So it's important to understand the time sensitivity and when some of these things and how when the engagement happens on digital products as well. And the third tab of the dashboard essentially tackles how well is the bot responding to customers' initial utterances. So this is a great example of a dashboard that's not being used, or that's not only being used by product teams, operations teams, business transformation teams, But it's also being used by software engineers to train the intelligence in the bot and improve their product. So for example, you plug in the dates, you plug in all your filters, and you get the top intents identified by the bot. And then I could click on particular intents to see what is the bot response percentage for that intent. And then we've conducted some text analytics where the string fields from the table, we have extracted n-grams, bigrams, trigrams, and extracted keywords for each of the categories about what customer is talking about. So in the movies, you see people mentioning directors, actors. On the what's on category, people making time references. Okay, what's on HBO tonight? What's on CNN now? And in the customer service category, they talk about they want to order FiOS, they want to change their service, they want to upgrade their speeds, etc. So now these intents can be further refined when these word clouds sort of spit out the actual keywords that the customer are talking about in the chatbot.